kill the things that are most precious to you.
Dillian didn't deserve this.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul. You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
The curse strangled, just like it strangled him. Do you know? Was it worth it?
You're still alive and Dillian's dead. He doesn't deserve to be dead.
How does that make you feel?
Dillian doesn't know.
Wasting your time.
You have no time for this. Speed up.
These rooms mean nothing. It's all part of their game.
They set you trials to distract you.
It's Senua darkness. They're going to watch you for.
What if these trials mean nothing?
It's laughing at you.
What if they take you no closer to Dillian?
Dillian, you're letting this get in the way.
What if they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle?
She should have listened to him. Why didn't she listen to him? She thought she could defend him.
Dillian didn't believe in the curse. Dillian believed in you.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
Do you remember what it was to touch him?
You have blood on your hands.
You are guilty. Was it worth it?
She should have listened to you.
Why didn't she listen to her father?
She thought she could defy him.
Why didn't she?
She could defy him. Look what happens to the things you love.
Do you think she remembers him?
What if this is pointless?
What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work?
You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere.
Everywhere. What if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense?
They're a trick.
The gods were lying.
If you think it makes sense, but really the gods are playing with you.
It makes sense in your mind, but it doesn't make sense in the real world.
The gods think, but it doesn't mean anything.
You can't read this language. You don't understand.
Sinbel was right.
You're wasting time.
You're cursed.
You'll never succeed.
Slow, quicker. He was the only one that really loved her.
He did love her. You're cursed.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies.
Does it feel warm? Do you feel safe? Dillian loves you. Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? You saw that she was strong. What if they're all about wasting your time, just delaying minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? You're not special. She thinks she now dies. They mean nothing. Special.
The gods are just playing. What if the gods are laughing?
Messing with her. It wouldn't be the first time.
Dillian! It's not safe. You're going to fall. Dillian never much cared for the underworld
You're going to fall.
and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel.
She can do it. You can do it.
I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. And slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Very careful.
You've come this far, don't let it slip away.
It's a narrow bridge. And there's a long way to fall. Be quick. Be quick. No! Breathe. Just come to the water.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking you from the inside. You're disappearing one memory at a time. Every time
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older, and where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels...
What is this place?
This place feels... It's... creepy. Creepy. It feels wrong. It feels strange. Where is it? Where are we? Turn back. This is wrong. This has to be wrong. This place stinks. There he is. Didius. The light. Go towards it. He's in the house. He's going in. He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
The air
Where's it
smells.
gone? Keep going.
How do you find it? It's just a trial.
It's just another test.
You just have to solve it, and then you will find him.
Then you will succeed.
He's so close.
Just one little test to do.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me. The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was one spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. To the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like them. Senua. The bridge. It's broken. Fix it.
You have to fix it. How are you going to fix it?
You can't get to the house.
Now you have to find him.
Quick, get to the house. Get to the house and finish this trial.
It doesn't finish until you get to the house.
Before he disappears, Senua.
You have to get in.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
That's it. You did it. She didn't do it. It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle. You found a way to climb the tower, the ladder. Quick. What now? You can see it. Aligned to the truth. The bridge. She did it.
You fixed the bridge.
She fixed it.
You passed the trial, get to the house.
Done. You succeeded.
Senua! Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here! I'm right here!
Are you in there? Come out if you are.
Where is he? Find him.
You have to find him.
The runes.
Focus.
Focus on the runes.
Focus the
There was a Northman called Grettir, big, red-haired, immensely strong, but he was afraid of the dark. It happened one night that an undead creature came to his house to drag him outside into darkness and kill him. He resisted with every ounce of his strength. He clung to the doorframe, but it gave way, and they spilled out of the house, and the monster fell back, and the moon shone down on its ghastly face. Grettir, terrified, cuts off its head, but is cursed forever. From that moment on, wherever he was, he would see those hideous eyes staring back at him. Sometimes we allow our own fear to haunt us to our grave.
What's that sound?
They're coming for me! I'm dying. It's too much. Someone's calling you. Someone's calling you.
him. Go to him. He's trying to save you.
It's them. They've come again to find you.